Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamco here, aka Scoot, back with the International Draft Masters Season 2, week number 6 match. And this week we're going to be taking on the New Orleans Saints, coached by Novahawk. He's a new coach this season who started the season on fire and has lost one game since. He started 3-0, and now he's 3-1. He hasn't played his week 5 match yet, but we're going to try to toss him a loss before, he even gets a chance to play that week 5 match. So, yeah, that's the idea here. My opponent, Novahawk, is a new coach this season for the iDM. The last time we played, I think, was ITL Season 2, where I think he beat me, but both of us were not the same caliber player that we are now. So, something to look forward to. He's a lot better battler now, and so are we. So we should have a nice, fun game here. And he has a pretty cool team, and we have a pretty cool team, so that makes it even more hype. He has Landers Incarnate, Sheer Force Ability, Tapu Fini, Mega Scizor, Arcanine, Acelgor, Chestnut, Savali, Garbodor, Morvern, Dusknoir, and Claydol, with his Z-move users being Arcanine and Acelgor. Our team has it's been the entire season: Tapu Koko, Mamoswine, Hoopa Unbound, Z Bronzong, Z Volcarona, Serena, Seismitoad, Meowth, Mandibuzz, Mini Hippo, which is another Z Captain, and Mega Garchomp. So we're on a nice little 3-game win streak. Got a nice 3-0, 4-0, and a 4-0 in weeks 3, 4, and 5. So pretty high. We're 4-1 with a plus 11 differential right now, which is pretty cool. I think that ties for first going into this week, I believe. I'm not counting that some games are missed and need to be made up, but other than that, still it's pretty cool. We've built this team more of an offensive type team. I felt my opponent had lots of offense that I just could not prepare for, so I figured that I would just try to bring offense this game and see if my opponent can prepare for all of my offense. So I got this Tapu Koko, which is a Life Orb set, as you can see on screen, modest Life Orb. I'm putting out the most damage I can without locking myself into anything. Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam hits his entire team, at least neutrally, and that's good enough for me in this matchup. And Roost, for longevity, I can roost up on things like, first of all, I can roost up on a switch out. If the switch is obvious, I can just roost up. I can also make predictions. I can roost up on protects, taunts, like a slower taunt. I can roost up on some attacks as well, like Tapu Fini, and potentially like Noivern or Dusknoir, Chestnut maybe. So yeah, lots of different things I can do there. With Taunt, I can prevent Stealth Rocks from Landers. I can prevent Taunt or Defog from Fini or Scizor. I can prevent Spikes from Chestnut. Silvalley's Parting Shot. I think that works on Parting Shot. Toxic Spikes from Garbodor. Stealth Rocks from Claydol. Stuff like that. However, it is risky to click Taunt versus Claydol, but I do have 2 Dark types and like 2 immunities, 2 grounds, so like switching out is a bit obvious, so he could make the read and predict me to switch out and just quick Stealth Rocks, and I could potentially taunt him and prevent that from happening, so that would be cool. I am setting at enough speed to outpace. What am I outpacing here? Like, the idea was that his Noivern and his Acelgor, I guess that's about it, but they would all be speed creeping me and Chow. I would be speed creeping them. If he's speed creeping me and Shao, then I'm speed creeping his Pokemon. So that's the idea behind my speed, and I'm able to run modest max special attack with a Life Orb this week for maximum damage output, like I mentioned earlier. Next up, we have Life Orb and Mamoswine, so 2 Life Orb users back to back so far. We got Aki VGC here with the thick fat ability. Earthquake Icicle Crash is the only coverage I need versus his team. Hits everything super effectively, or at least neutrally, which is cool. I got the Ice Shard to pick off like Landers and Cornet, especially if it's like a setup variant. It can also pick off like a Selgor, a Revenge Kill, and Noivern, stuff like that. And I have Light Screen. I didn't need Stealth Rock, and no other move outside of Knockoff was even beneficial here. So I actually just wanted to run Light Screen so that if I have Mamoswine in and he has an obvious switch out into Tapu Fini, I can just click Light Screen and then switch out into my Tapu Koko and survive any one hit from a Tapu Fini and be able to roost it off as I more than likely force a switch out. So that's the idea behind Light Screen. Next up we have choice specs. Well, let me talk a little bit more about Mamoswine. I'm adamant Life Orb, so I'm putting out like maximum, or not maximum, well, yeah, maximum. And like, Tapu Fini's not appreciating Earthquakes, Mamoswine, or even Mega Scizor's not appreciating Earthquakes. Arcanine doesn't even appreciate Earthquakes after an Intimidate. Garbodor gets slapped, Silvally gets slapped. No matter its typing, either Earthquake or Icicle Crash is still going to smack it. And Claydol, Noivern, like I mentioned, and Landers and Cornet are all just victims to Mamoswine in this match. So that's really high. The speed investment is to actually outspeed, I think, like a adamant max speed Mega Scizor. Which is also what my Hoopa's speed sits at 216. And if Mamoswine outspeeds Mega Scizor, then I know my Hoopa will, which means I do have Trick Room Bronzong, which we'll get to in a minute. But if Scizor is faster than my Mamoswine, that means under Trick Room, Hoopa will go before Mega Scizor, and I don't have to worry about U-turn knocking me out in one hit. So, Mamoswine and Hoopa being at the same speed kind of lets me know, if something's faster than Mamoswine, it's also faster than Hoopa, so that's pretty cool. I do have enough special attack investment with a modest nature to be able to basically 2-hit KO everything on this entire team with Psychic or Dark Pulse, depending on what I'm going to be locking myself to. Obviously, if I click Dark Pulse and something takes a fuck ton and then he switches into Tapu Fini, I'm not going to be 2-hit KOing anything. But if I'm able to click spam Psychic when Claydol might be gone or something, if he brings Claydol, or if he's got Scizor and I get rid of that, or Silvally still and I get rid of that, then I can just spam Psychic type attacks versus his team. And modest choice specs Hoopa Unbound is putting out damage. So even though I only have 92 special attack investment, this allows me to 2-hit KO a max HP Tapu Fini after Stealth Rocks. I have enough HP and defense investment to live, what was that? I think a +2 Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch after Stealth Rock or something like that. I may be mistaken there. I'm just not sure what else it could be for, to be honest. And Focus Blast is like, I guess it's really only there for Scizor, since I think it resists Dark Pulse. Specs, I'm just going to be collecting Psychic and Dark Pulse the entire game, really, and then maybe Hyperspace Hole. If I know that Well, I'll be clicking hyperspace hole a lot too, actually. So, and it breaks protection. It breaks through sub. I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty dope. Like, if my opponent wants to come in on stealth rocks, take a hyperspace hole, and then click protect, thinking that he's going to get a little leftovers back, and hyperspace hole breaks through the protect and kills him anyway, then that's the best case scenario. Hopefully, Hoopa Unbound can put in some work this week. This team isn't necessarily built around Hoopa Unbound, but this is an offensively built team, and Hoopa Unbound is a big part of it, so hopefully Hoopa can finally put in some work this week. Next up, we got Bronzong. The Groundium Z Heat-Proof Bronzong versus the Landers Incarnate. Nearly max HP with enough attack investment to do quite a bit of damage to things when I'm not intimidated by Arcanine. Earthquake and Gyro Ball hits his entire team neutrally, and Trick Room obviously reverses Trick Room. Reverses priority. Like, slower mons will be going first, faster mons will be going last, so on and so forth. Enough special attack or special defense investment to avoid ever being 3 KO'd by a Noivern, and enough defense investment. What was the score? I think I'm actually not sure. Maybe I could have put that in attack. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but still would have been nice. If it made any difference whatsoever, it would have been nice. But I'm not real sure if it mattered for anything. Maybe avoiding like 2-hit KO from Adamant max attack, Scizor or something like that from U-turn, potentially. Anyways, we got the Trick Room, Gyro Ball, and Earthquake. So the Earthquake hits Arcanine, hits a potential Savali Steel, it hits Garbodor pretty hard, it hits Tapu Fini, and it hits Mega Scizor, I guess. Maybe not the best to hit them with, but it can hit those mons. And Gyro Ball hits everything else. It does quite a bit of damage to a lot of things not named Mega Scizor. And the Groundium Z is there for like an Arcanine. Like, I set up Trick Room, or could even bring this in versus an Arcanine since I'm heat proof. Live any one hit, click Trick Room, and then be faster than the Arcanine and can click Earthquake or Tectonic Rage depending on like how much health the Arcanine is at. And he might not even think that I have a way to hit him, which would be dope. And like I mentioned, it can come into play versus a Savali Steel if he does bring Savali Steel, which it could be a bring since I do have like I have Tapu Koko, so Steel type resist Fairy. It also resists Ice Shard and Icicle Crash from Mamoswine, Psychic from Hoopa. Pretty good check to Bronzong, but Bronzong also would check it unless it has some kind of tech. Not very good against Volcarona. It's not doing much to Serena, but Serena's not doing much back. Seismitoad can catch it with an Earthquake too. Mian Xiao could plow through it with the high jump kick, but he does have Tapu Fini, so Mian Xiao's not my best bring, and he probably knows that. And then same for like Garchomp and Mini Hippo. They weren't likely brings since my opponent had, Tapu Fini, Landers Incarnate, etc. So yeah. I think after Stealth Rock and Arcanine dies to a Tectonic Rage, even if it's max HP, with my attack investment, as long as I'm not like intimidated. So hopefully that can come into play. Would really like to catch the Arcanine with it. Next up, we got our boy Gypsy King here, our Volcarona with the Expert Belt and the Flame Body. Quiver Dance, 3 attacks this week with Fiery Dance, Giga Drain, and Hidden Power Rock. Enough special attack investment to outpace base 95s. Enough speed investment to outpace base 95 mons. Max special attack because I was lazy and didn't feel like doing calcs. And then I just dropped the rest in HP. I don't think, like, in this matchup, since it's more of an offensive match, I think that having max speed, max special attack investment, and max attack and max special attack on Mamoswine and Coco was, you know, solid. Like, it was a good bring in my opinion. Since it's more of an offensive match, having maximum damage output is best. I guess on Hoopa, it's a little bit different since I ran like specific calcs and know that my biggest check is going to be 2-hit KO'd if it's not, max to death. If it's not like designated to check it, then like this Hoopa is going to go in. So, and having hyperspace hole with like specific calcs and stuff, it was okay for Hoopa, where the rest aren't as powerful as Hoopa naturally, so they need to have that, special attack investment. Like, Hoopa's barely invested, and it has a higher, special attack stat setting at 438 right now, while Tapu Koko's with a modest max special attack only sets at 316, and Mamoswine's adamant max attack only sets at 394, not even breaking the 400 mark. Bronzong doesn't even hit the 300 mark, setting at 294 attack with this investment. And Volcarona, with a whopping 135 base special attack, only sets at 369 special attack with a timid max special attack investment. So it just shows you how much stronger Hoopa is naturally thanks to its base stats. So base 170 special attack, base 160 attack is insane. So we got the Fiery Dance, which blows through Landers, Incarnate, Mega Scizor, Selgor, Chestnut, Garbodor, Dusknoir, and Claydol. And like Claydol's not going to be a check to this anyway, since I could potentially have Bug Buzz and stuff like that. Same for actually, that's the only one. We got the Giga Drain there. That's specifically for Tapu Fini. And I guess if things are weakened enough, I can take health from Claydol, Landers, Incarnate, etc. And Hidden Power Rock is for Noivern, and it also hits Arcanine. So the two things that would resist my stab are hit by Hidden Power Rock, which is really cool. So I don't have to, risk a roll or anything like that. I can just click Hidden Power Rock, and after Stealth Rocks with my with a Expert Belt and a Quiver Dance up, it should do quite a bit. And obviously I won't try to sweep with Volcarona until, certain conditions are met. If I can figure out his Arcanine spread, figure out his Noivern spread, or his Tapu Fini spread, whatever his check may be to this, and then if I can figure it out and then work around it, put it in range of one of my attacks or eliminate it entirely, then Volcarona can go in. And after a Quiver Dance, the Expert Belt boosts my attacks by just enough to pretty much net a knockout on everything after Stealth Rock damage, which is pretty cool. And can 2-hit KO most variants of Tapu Fini, if not all variants, outside of like an Assault Vest variant, which isn't going to be doing that much back. And if it's Assault Vest, I don't know if Haze works, so that's cool. Next up, we got Mandibuzz, which is a leftover set. Overcoat, Foul Play, Roost, Defog, Whirlwind. Basically just a utility mon here with max defense, because he's got Mega Scizor. Landers is the best way to hit me outside of like let's see here. Life Orb, Rock Slide. Can't 2-hit KO me here with this investment unless he's adamant, and then I think it's a roll. Mega Scizor can't 2-hit KO me with adamant, max attack, U-turn. A Selgor can't knock me out with max HP, Final Gambit, or any other attack, which is pretty dope. Tapu Fini can't knock me out in one hit unless he's like max special attack, and even then, I think Mandibuzz chews pretty comfortably. Mandibuzz is a tank. He has nothing on his team that can one hit KO me. However, if Landers is a gravity set, which makes sense since I do have bronze on, he could 2-hit KO me with Earth Power since I have no special defense investment. And yeah, I think that's a likely bring anyway. So since I do have the bronze on, which would be a rather good check. The reason I don't bring bronze on as a check though is because Landers does get gravity, but it also gets knockoff, and like Life Orb boosted knockoff from Landers is pretty powerful. And Bronzong not being able to do much back naturally without like something like Hidden Power Ice or like very powerful Gyro Balls if he was like a really fast Landers. I still don't think he would 2-hit KO me before I 2-hit KO him, I do believe. So Mandibuzz takes hits from Arcanine, Mega Scizor, Landers to an extent, Selgor, Chestnut, Savali, Noivern if it has to, Claydol. Like I can pivot around. Like if I go into Noivern on a Draco, then I can roost the damage off. If I go into Noivern, or if I go into Mandibuzz on Noivern and he goes for Hurricane and I get confused, or I take Stealth Rocks and then take Life Orb or Specs Hurricane, then I could be in trouble and would have to pivot into Bronzong, and that would just be problematic. So back to Trick Room. Trick Room could potentially put Hoopa into a really good position, or Mamoswine into a really good position if his Mega Scizor is faster than me. I could also, if he's got like Landers, Incarnate, Tapu Fini, and a Selgor left, and I have Bronzong and a Mamoswine left, I could always just click Trick Room and then let Mamoswine go ham on his team. Same for Bronzong, or same for Hoopa. If his team shows to be really fast paced, then Hoopa could potentially be nice under Trick Room. Trick Room also lets things like Mamoswine potentially guarantee a light screen, so I could guarantee like get a Trick Room up and a light screen up whilst sacking Bronzong and Mamoswine, and then having a Trick Room and a light screen up for Hoopa Unbound or Volcarona to set up or something, or just for something like Mandibuzz to throw off a Defog or Whirlwind something out, like survive any hit, Whirlwind something out, or just roost up or something. So yeah, lots of different things I can do there, and this is going to be a fun game. I do think so. So yeah, I guess we can hop into the battle now, and we'll see what goes on. Alright, so here we are with the replay. My opponent chooses to bring the Selgor, Mega Scizor, Savali, which I don't think we know what type it is from preview, Tapu Fini, Landers Incarnate, and the Claydol. So nice double ground types there to deter my electric terrain. However, I do got the Mamoswine, which will bop both of those bad boys. I do think Claydol drops to a Adamant Life Orb, Ice Crash, and Landers does not appreciate an Ice Shard unless it is Yachi Berry, and even then does not appreciate it. He does have a Selgor though, so that's a likely lead, I do think. He could also lead Claydol, which is a potential Stealth Rocker. He could also lead Savali and just Parting Shot out, or Mega Scizor and just U-turn out. I don't think he'll lead Mega Scizor though, since I do have Volcarona, which could be a nice lead versus a Selgor. However, if he's Final Gambit and he's a lead a Selgor with Final Gambit, then I want to lead off with my Mandibuzz. So that's what I'm going to lead off with, because I can just click Roost here versus the Final Gambit, survive the Final Gambit by like 20% or something, and then roost it off and be back at, 76% after roosting leftovers. So yeah, he actually leads with Claydol though. So here my opponent could set up his Stealth Rocks, or he could Toxic me, but he could also Fear Taunt, which I actually don't have on this set. If you remember in my prep preview, or whatever you want to call it, I only have Foul Play, Roost, Defog, and Whirlwind. so I don't actually have taunt, but he doesn't know that, so he might be inclined to switch out here or just to attack. However, I'm going to click foul play, and it does a nice 25% to Savali here. So what that tells me is that Savali more than likely has some bulk investment, but not that much, and especially not like max defense or anything like that. More like 100 EVs and HP or something like that. So I hard switch out into Volcarona here. You can see over here, when he does send out his Savali, it tells me what type it is. So now we know it is Savali Steel, and we have their Volcarona in to combat that a little bit and potentially get a flame body burn. So my opponent actually parting shots out and goes into his Landers Incarnate. So here I'm at -1 special attack and attack, but attack doesn't really matter. So I'm at -1 special attack here. So this gives his Landers the ability to set up or just click Rock Slide. I felt like Rock Slide was a pretty good play here. Or he could click Earth Power. Either way, I think switching into Bronzong was a fine play here. As if he does, like, I didn't expect Earth Power, but if he went for it, I guess I would probably just lose my Bronzong, since I am Heat Proof variant. But I really expected a Rock Slide, as it had Volcarona and Mandibuzz covered. My opponent actually goes for the Gravity here. So here, not wanting to lose my Bronzong just yet, I'm going to hard switch into Mamoswine, since Mandibuzz, everything on my team's 2-hit KO'd. So I'm just going to hard switch into my Mamoswine, which can guarantee force this Landers out and survive a hit as well. Like it was a roll, I guess, if he was Life Orb. But he's probably not Life Orb. He might be Yachi, or he might be... What else could he be? He's not a Z-move user. He could be... I guess Yachi or Life Orb makes the most sense. But here my opponent's going to hard switch out as I set up the light screen. So this is exactly what I wanted. He sets up the Misty Terrain, I come in, set up the Electric Terrain, and take 22% from Moonblast. So my opponent's going to hard switch out here. I could have made a prediction there, but if I could have got the Thunderbolt off on top of Feeny, then I would be in such a good position. So I would rather just go for that than make an over prediction. However, he does go out to Claydol, so Dazzling Gleam would have been nice there. I do have the light screen up, so I'm actually going to stay in here and just click Taunt and prevent Stealth Rocks from going up, as he does go for the Stealth Rock. So now I can just hard switch out into Mandibuzz as my opponent goes for the Earth Power. So two nice plays back to back there, getting both of those right. And here my opponent may be inclined to switch out, so I'm just going to click Foul Play. But my opponent stays in, and I do a nice 34% as he does, a nice 21% with Dazzling Gleam. And after leftovers, I'm back to 85% here, and I can just like foul play this thing down, and then I guess just play cat and mouse for a second as I attempt to get rid of these Stealth Rocks, but my opponent attempts to get them back up. Here I'm going to click Defog once again because my opponent's in range of dying to foul play, and he's actually still in range of a foul play crit, so I'm actually just going to wait until he's out of range of a crit and just keep defogging until then. So here my opponent's out of range of a foul play crit, and I can just go ahead and click that foul play and then defog once more. I think I'll defog once more here. Oh, I whirlwinded. That makes sense. So here I get the Tapu Fini in, and I can just click defog, or I can just hard switch out, not want to take a Moonblast. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hard switch out into my Coco as he actually goes for the taunt. So this is bad because I can't roost up like I wanted to. But it's good in a sense that he didn't attack me. But I think I would have rather have been attacked. in that scenario. So here I am at half HP, so I'm going to hard switch out to bronze on this turn as my opponent parting shots out once again and gets back in his Tapu Fini. I'm going to attempt to get my Stealth Rocks up, knowing that my opponent could click Taunt, but he does click Taunt here, so not a bad play at all. I'm going to hard switch it out into my Coco, knowing that I could more than likely survive any hit, as long as he didn't get a crit or anything, and then roost off the damage. But he actually switches into his Selgor here, so not a good matchup for me. I'm going to switch out to my Bronzong as my opponent U-turns out into Tapu Fini. So here I could try to get my Stealth Rocks up again, or I could go for Trick Room. He's already revealed Taunt, and I don't expect him to reveal Taunt again or go for it again, so I'm going to go for Trick Room here, because what it does is it allows me to get Trick Room and Rocks, whereas Stealth Rocks first would have only allowed me to get Stealth Rocks and no Trick Room. So here I'm able to get my Trick Room up, and now I'm faster than basically everything on his entire team. Guaranteed, actually. So he brings us to Valley still in, and we've got the Groundium Z, and we got Earthquake. So we're thinking here, do we bop him with Earthquake, or do we hit him with the Tectonic Rage? And we're going to go ahead and hit him up with our Stealth Rocks as he switches out into this thing. And I'm going to go ahead and hit him up with that Tectonic Rage here with our Z move. And down goes the Savali. So really cool that Bronzong picked up a kill with the Z move. Really happy about that. And now he's got the Scizor in. And what I want to do here is I want to hard switch into my Mandibuzz so that I can get rid of these rocks for late game Volcarona, because Volcarona is looking like a threat with a weakened Claydol out there. So my opponent U-turns out into Tapu Fini, but with the Trick Room up, I'm going to be faster with one turn left, and I'm going to be able to defog these rocks away as my opponent goes for the Moonblast, which will knock me out, but it also gives Volcarona Tapu Koko the chance to... Okay, I don't want to go Volcarona just yet, because Tapu Fini's still at full. I would rather go to Volcarona while it's a little bit weaker, at least like 75%, unless I can get it in versus something and set up first, like against Mega Scizor or something. However, I think I'll do some calcs, and it shows that Giga Drain is more than likely a 2-hit KO after a Quiver Dance, no matter what, and he won't knock me out with a Surf without a crit. So I think setting up in front of Tapu Fini is not a bad play at all. But first off, I want to get my health back on my Coco, so I go out to Coco first. I'm going to roost up, predicting him to click Protect or Taunt or Switch Out or something. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. No need to predict here because this Claydol will die. It's investment. It was pretty close, but it was looking like it was more in my favor, looking more like a 33 to 45% roll or something like that. It turned out to be like a 39 to 40 some percent. Yeah, it turned out to be a roll in my favor, and the lowest I could have done was 36% by his spread and my spread. So getting the 35% roll there was inevitable. I was going to get that knockout regardless, unless he had Protect, and then he could have potentially lived that attack. So yeah, nice just to go for Thunderbolt and then follow up with the Dazzling Gleam. Down goes the Claydol, and now we're at a 5-4 advantage. Our opponent goes into Scizor and doubles out into Landorus, where I was just clicking Thunderbolt because I felt I could potentially sack Bronzong in the later game and get a Trick Room up, as well as getting Hoopa Unbound in the position to just start clicking Psychic. So the idea there was to just get a big Thunderbolt hit off on Scizor. If he clicked Bullet Punch or U-turn, so be it. U-turn wouldn't be doing that much, and Bullet Punch would maybe be a 2-hit KO, especially after Life Orb recoil. So, but Thunderbolt would be 2-hit KO on that thing as well, unless it was like max Spadef. So now he's got the Landorus in, and I'm just going to get chip off on this thing. I'm going to hit him up with the Dazzling Gleam because I can still see Volcarona winning as well with the Quiver Dance. So that's the idea there. Down goes Coco. I bring in Mammal Swine, and I just click the Ice Shard here. I did click Light Screen last time, so I thought maybe he would be inclined to stay in and knock me out and not let me click Light Screen this time. But so I click Ice Shard instead that time, and he does switch out into Scizor here, and I'm wanting to get information on this Scizor. I want to see if he's faster or slower than my Hoopa Unbound. So instead of clicking Ice Shard here again, I'm just going to click Earthquake, and if he clicks Bullet Punch, then I wouldn't really get information. But if he doesn't click Bullet Punch and he clicks U-Turn like he does, then I get all the information. So he's slower than my Hoopa. He's slower than my Mammal Swine, which means he's slower than my Hoopa, meaning Trick Room is no longer an option to win with. So he brings in Tapu Fini here, and I can't knock him out with my Hoopa, and Bronzong is likely going to get taunted, so I can't get my Trick Room up with Bronzong either. So my play here is to go into Volcarona. I live any one hit after a Quiver Dance, and I am faster because he's been proven to not be Scarf, and I'm speed creeping base 95s, and this thing is, what, base 85 or something like that. So I'm 100% faster here. I can click Quiver Dance, and as long as I'm not critical hit with Surf, then I should live comfortably at that. So I'm just going to click that Quiver Dance here, and I'm not a Z-move this week, so I don't have like Savage Spin Out or Inferno Overdrive or any kind of coverage Z-move, or even Bloom Doom, which I heavily debated on. However, Giga Drain is actually going to be proven to be a better bring than Z Bloom Doom, because I would have actually probably clicked it here, and it would have either killed or did, you know, enough to where a Giga Drain would have literally given me no HP back. So I'm able to Giga Drain here, and it puts him at enough health to where I can, even especially after the Protect here. Sorry, I was getting tongue tied there, but the Protect reminds me that he gets even more health back, meaning I get more health back. So I'm now at a nice 82%, and Fiery Dance is boosted against the remaining team, his remaining team outside of Landers. And Giga Drain was boosted by the Expert Belt versus Tapu Fini as well, so that's notable. However, I can just click Fiery Dance here. The only thing that would have been scary there was if a Selgor was Hidden Power Rock and Focus Sash. That way he would actually be able to get one Hidden Power Rock off while his sash his sash gets broken, he gets a Hidden Power Rock off. Now he's got an Unburdened boost, speed boost, so he would, you know, be able to get another Hidden Power Rock off before I could attack for the kill. So he would have actually been able to knock me out there. But Hoopa is in range to knock out everything, so it didn't really matter. Like Bronzong, unless he got the kill on Bronzong as well with a Selgor, then I think I go into Bronzong and click Trick Room versus a Selgor, and then can knock it out the following turn. And then once Bronzong is knocked out, I think Hoopa Unbound comes in and just clicks moves. I'm not real sure though. It's a lot of different things play into that. He wasn't Hidden Power Rock though, obviously, so he switched out there, doubled into Landers, banking on me switching out or choking or something. I'm not real sure, but now he goes into Scizor. Not gonna be doing much here. Now if he's Scarf Hidden Power Rock, I'm potentially in range to die here. I think it does like after a Quiver Dance with my special defense being boosted, I think Hidden Power Rock does like 44 to 58% here, so it's a roll, but he needs a mid to high roll to knock me out. I think I'm around the medium of that range, but he's gonna go for the Bug Buzz and reveal that he is faster, so pretty cool there, but not gonna be enough to knock me out, and we're going to finish the game with Volcarona, cleaning up the last 4 mons of my opponent's team, which is actually one of the coolest things ever, because Volcarona I've used it in OU so many times, and I've been looking forward to using it in draft league so many times, but never actually got to use it, and I'm finally getting to use it, which is so cool. And seeing it finally put in this kind of work is insane. 4 kills in 1 match by setting up in the late game with a quiver dance. Just quiver, no Z move either. So just straight up old-fashioned Volcarona, quiver dance 3 attacks, no Z move, or quiver dance 2 attacks with roost or something like that. But yeah, so we're going to be picking up a nice 3-0 victory here. We're going to continue the streak. We're now on a 4-game win streak, and we're going to be facing off against the Goldenrods of Strikers in week number 7, I do believe. First of all, good game to Novahawk and the New Orleans Faints. Dudes improved so much like we have, and it was nice to battle and on these kind of what's the word, I guess, at this level. So yeah, like I mentioned, next up we'll be facing the Goldenrods of Strikers, coached by Skyrise, one of our favorite opponents to face. He's a really solid player and whatnot, and he has a pretty scary team that we won't get into today. And he was also 5-0 going into week 6 as well, where he is now 0-3. But yeah, we'll talk. It's actually week 6 just ended, so I'll be doing an update video for the iDM pretty soon. So yeah, look out for that. I'll be talking more about all the teams and how they're doing right now. But I guess I can talk about Sky a little bit. He is 5-1 plus 13. We're 5-1 plus 14. Coming into our week 7 match. So one of us is going to be going home with our 6th win. One of us is going to be going home with our 2nd loss. And it's unfortunate, but it's always got to come down to one winner at the end anyway. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Me and Sky once again. Pretty hype about that. And then after that, we'll be playing Aki. We'll be playing Pledge, the Confusion, and then Jacko to finish off the season. So we got a nice, strong schedule. Like, these are the strongest 5 teams in the league right now, record and differential wise. These are like the top 5 teams, and plus me. So we'll be the top 6 teams record and differential wise, and we'll be playing the other 5. So that's pretty hype to finish the season, and we've got a nice start. So hopefully we can have a nice strong finish. If we can finish 4-1 to finish the season, I would be happy with that. But we're shooting for 5-0. We want to go a nice 10-1 in this league and keep pushing strong. So this is one of my favorite leagues now. We've got a great group of guys, get their battles on time, and very competent players. And we've added 2 new coaches. I'll be talking about this in the update video. So let me know what you thought about the prep, the battle, all the good stuff. I think I just butchered my outro. Let me know what you thought about the battle, the prep on both sides. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.